Hello, are we live? Okay. I have been cut off, possibly. Well, I've been cut off by the, entire government. Okay, so I'm trying to properly, and I don't even know why I can't, but there'll be a reason, and I don't have time to think about it. Probably got to swallow my mouth. I get a very dry mouth when I'm stressed, and people say I'm drunk. This is a very backwards sort of functioning, polite society, and on the whole, I guess I already had problems. And my life has been just flashing in front of me, realizing there's things I should have realized all along because they are obvious. But it's obvious here in New Zealand that people are trying to kill me, and I get arrested and locked up in mental hospitals, and but nobody actually gets it. The word targeted individuals, right? So this is doing my brain in. I'm tired and I can't handle people anyway because they always tell me what to do. Move, do this, do that. Why can't you tell somebody to stop trying to kill me? To give me human rights. I have no human rights. I should have been dead way back then because I believe that this country here in New Zealand are full of, they're a little bit behind in some things, especially when the forensic psychiatrist has diagnosed you the personality of the con man, the actual psychopath himself. Like, oh yes. And when I ask, I've never talked to an MP. I just get the police. They are called on me instead of. It's very hard to function at the moment. But I have a plan, and that is I am going to go on the run. I just needed to I am going to leave, but I have fake bills that I haven't paid. So when I'm on the leave, the community will get together, trusting the government and the police, make me sick, and they will discuss how terrible a person I am. Now, it doesn't matter, it's alcohol, it's drugs, it's paranoid schizophrenia. I mean, basically, I came to this city 5.5 years ago to get a break and just live. Life is painful, yes, very, very painful, but I could have quietly got on and enjoyed going out and not telling anyone. But the person in charge of the police, he is my hitman. And yes, I fight for my life all day, every day. And when a targeted individual, it's not, they're asking for support groups. I don't have time for a support group. I don't want emotional support because, well, one, it hurts and I have no emotion. You cannot survive the unsurvivable for 15 years. So where are the other people? Why are people not relating to me? People are crazy and they call me crazy. I went to the dairy. I cannot be served there now. They have been scaremongered. The police came and I got targeted by the Indians in the supermarket again in this new city, and it is right in front of other people's eyes. But nobody gets the lingo, the language that this government has been trying to kill me for 15 years. The law doesn't cover it. If I ask them who actually monitors the footage in the cells while the police are breaking the law, I mean, what happens if somebody gets gang raped in there? Do you know what will happen to them? They will most likely be killed, and their parents will be sitting around blaming them. It's a cruel way. This is not. I mean, once you finally get to know exactly what is happening and you can label it in terms of attempted arbitrary killings and old-fashioned co-intel pro-terrorism, they are trying to kill me. Like, there's no time for support groups because, yes, you have to be strong, you have to be good, you have to be amazing, and many people will get a gun and go around and shoot. I did want to do that in my first year. People have no idea about the torment. And I don't want to be in. I don't want to do this anymore. I don't want to think about it. I am in trouble because when I leave here, even though I just got off my charges, that was great news. It does not mean that the police are going to come through my door or with the psychiatrist and the government departments. There is no law here. There is absolutely no law. Okay, and if you ask, can you please do me a favor? America, can you please? Because I cannot function anymore. I am just 15 years and it just gets worse. It is obvious. It is so obvious in front of everybody's eyes that this man, he sets people up to gang stalk me, and the numbers, like I can't even go to out anymore without being attacked. And I've got videos of wild people. They go unmedicated so that they can torment me, and they run around, and I've been collecting evidence, but I'm behind, and I'm behind on my bills. I cannot pay them. Everywhere you go, right from day one, you are stuck. Why? Well, in 2011, the police stuffed up. I was telling them, I don't know, this is what I mean. I don't actually assess myself, and at the time I don't want to, but yes, I believe I have Asperger's because I like things done by policy, and people don't. And I think that the way I was taught in nursing, I'd go by it. And nobody has taught me how to cope with people. So, I did attempt suicide a few times, only because I knew it was going to get worse the first time that I came to, and I wasn't supposed to. And I felt so guilty. It was a big secret, right? But I have lost that guilt entirely because I have made up for it by living and suffering and being tortured in cells. And I feel the cold, right? I mean, it's just bad luck, I guess, that I feel the cold, right from the time I was filled. And when I'm in uniform, it is hard for me. I get sick. As a nurse, I was not allowed to put a cardigan on, and I was cold. And in cells, I can't sleep because I'm cold, because they take everything off you, your jacket and all those clothes. And when I was actually when I was attempting to, when I was at trial where the government hid the evidence, the cold of the cell was unbearable for me. At the end, I didn't want to be there because I couldn't handle the cold. But people are not. People don't listen, they don't care. They take advantage of those people without a voice. And my patients will know that I was kind of special. I cared. And so life has never been easy, and I don't get people. No, I do not. Especially during that trial in 2020. Now I should have decided right back then that if the government, if the IPCA, who I thought were my murderers right from the start, I'm thinking this crazy stuff. It takes me a long time to accept that is true. I cannot persuade any New Zealander, but you have targeted individuals over there with support groups. I don't want a support group because I am fighting for my life every day, trying to get through. And I think I have ADHD too, because when it's bad, I cannot focus. I'm not mindful. I lose everything at the best of times. Yeah, I have one bit of alcohol and I am irresponsible. You will not get your cup of tea. I don't get drunk, but it must be ADHD. There's things I'm missing. At the moment, I'm going bald, and I was making excuses for it, and then I just realized can sit there and die in front of someone, and all they do is keep kicking and hitting, and that's what life is about. It's about torture. It's about arbitrary arrest and torture. So if I hear a siren, I have no idea. I am petrified. Sometimes I'm in the neighbour's property hiding out because I am petrified of what is going to happen to me. Like, they lie and they put me in cells because they hate me. They think I'm the sickest, most absolute opposite of what I am right from the beginning. Yes, they stuffed up one night in 2011 when I decided that people were getting hurt and it was time to talk the truth. Now I'm analysing it. How much information, how long did I watch it go through, and did all this stuff happen? But it is incredible. What they do is crazy. What they do is crazy. The fact that they ring the police when I'm not doing anything wrong and I can't go to the dairy and they stop me in the supermarket again. The fact that this government has cut me off in the middle of investigations. And people are not doing their job. They're all breaking the law. And if I run away, which I am going to do, I've just decided I need your help. I need to live. I want to come back and live in peace. And I only want to be with my animals and not be hated, attacked, and arrested. Yeah, that's what they do. They give people permission to kill me, and they use psychopaths, the psychiatrists. Okay, so there's no time for groups. They say, be a good person and pray to God. God's on my side. Because he is, I know he is. And I know I'm pretty special too, because I should have been dead a long time ago. You know, I can't even explain what my life is like. There are no helicopters here. They were in Auckland, and that is nice. But when I hear them now, I am scared shitless. Because back then in 2020, and when I moved here for some peace, and people started yelling out and charging me for what they have done, I realized that in 2020, that when I'm crying out to everyone for help, government departments, because they had the evidence in the court case, not just on the side of the road, but actually in the court case. Well, that means the government is trying to kill you. And of course, this is the theory. Okay, the theory. Back to the start. Yes, they arrested me and they disgusted me. They were anti-cops. I didn't even complain. I just said, I've got to get away from these dickheads. And they just put, the perpetrators stood over me and said to me, what is your problem with these big bully bouncer islanders that everybody knew about? I had the witnesses in my hand, and then they arrested me, and what I saw, I wanted to change, because they hurt people, and it is out of control. Nobody is monitoring that footage. They're breaking the law and torturing me. And at that stage, that the worst, I had given up in the IPCA. I didn't want to waste the time. That's the police watchdog. If you ask the police who monitors this footage, they will not disclose. You have to ring the IPCA. Okay, they have been trying to murder me in a legal way. And I mean, they're just like this anyway. They are, you know, I cannot understand who is what. But as far as I'm concerned, this government is evil unless they can convince me otherwise. So somebody in New Zealand needs to ring, because I don't have normal rights, they need to ring the Goldsmith man, I think it is, in charge of human rights. They say that New Zealand supports a declaration of human rights, the Universal Declaration of Human Rights, but we support the bill. So when I say I don't have a right to life, right? Okay. But when I ring human rights and say that I'm being attacked on the side of the road and the police are saying, don't do that, don't do that, they're actually targeting me, hating me. There is no law here It's about friends, and it's about how much you like that person, how much you hate them. So there's toxic rumors going around making people act like psychopaths and breaking the law and not doing their job. Lawyers hanging up on me that are supposed to be representing me, as far as the Health and Disability Commissioner. I told them that a conned a psychiatrist who was running around naked with his clients. I called him a dick, but you know what he did to me? He listened to the con when I was a registered nurse. I guess I know my stuff, and I called him a con. And the con thought he could take me out. When I was a challenge, he went to the psychiatrist and said exactly, just like, his security believes the neighbors are hurting. They still believe that. Like, here I am taking videos of people trying to kill me and police harassing me. Nobody gets it. And I can't send it to the government because they won't send me links. They do not give me human rights. So, yes, someone in New Zealand has to ring the Minister of Human Rights and ask them if we support the Universal Declaration of Human Rights, or we just stick up for those who have been prejudiced against. And that doesn't come with mental health, because apparently I'm supposed to be very sick. Somebody in New Zealand will do that for me, because nobody has done anything. And I'm sick of it. I just spent all night trying to focus on computer problems, how I'm going to fit all my evidence just coming back, just technology, because I can't get someone to even repair a phone that I need to keep me out of suffering to death in a prison. They say they can give me emotional support. Or do you need a psychiatrist? They are murderers, mate. How can the Health and Disability Commissioner, perhaps I'm being cynical, but I'll just speak honestly for the first time. Perhaps they realised that when I was saying that was getting the information that psychiatrists running around and he's laid off. 2 POMs, must I admit. The POMs are the worst. I've got one in the council who is out of control. Excuse me. Sorry, not POMs. I'm just like angry. And shit comes out of my mouth. When I'm around police, I cannot believe what I say. 2 people from the UK. 3. Okay, that's most of the people, right? They're the worst. So if I try and contact the Midwestland police there, I thought them part of the terrorism as well. They just ghost me and play games. And yes, I got up the other day and I thought I had to contact the UN Human Rights. Somehow I missed it, because my brain is screwed. I go from one thing to another while they're chasing me around and locking me up. And I've just managed to get here. I haven't hurt anyone. One day I thought how cool I was to be fighting ninja style. They gang stalked me, they ambushed me, they try to run me over, and the police will complain about me kicking a car. Like, if they're out in the street all planning and talking about things that are going to hurt me, that I have known nothing about because no one talks to me, only about me, including my family, well, if I look out the windows, it's my fault, okay? I shouldn't be. If I go up there, what is happening is out of control. I have a Kalmata next door. He's a good man, and he's seen it go down. He can see me being attacked and arrested. I've told him that the guy who's in charge of the police here, a sergeant, that he's my hitman. There must be something in for him. So, do we kill? The law here, we don't actually support our victims of the government. You just kill them, do you? What? Somebody asked, call govt myth in New Zealand, please. Somebody in America, or no, not UK, I'm dead afraid of them. No, oh yes. Please, in America, we are surrounded by water. Things are out of control. One, because our law just doesn't. If you're a whistleblower, or the evil, okay, this is my theory, I might not be right, but I would like you to prove me wrong. Okay, these evil MPs up here, and these cops, these psychopaths out of control, torturing people, and yeah, like the shit that I go through, and I have proved myself as innocent for the first time. But what about the damage that they did to me physically? What about the stuff they're smashing? That won't get replaced. What about what they did to me in the cells? What about I had the most traumatizing experience last time I got arrested? After that, they tried to attack me in the shop because the mother is a teacher and she, of a primary school here, and she has taught her son to attack me. And people, strangers, I don't know who they are, but the cops will blame me for shit stirring. They have made life impossible and now I can't go to the shop again. And I thought, it's over, I'm tired. You know, I've lost my year. This stuff kills you. You can not imagine what it's like when people are beating you down and hating you, like, here I am live to get some adrenaline going so I can function better, so I can talk clearer, because I like adrenaline, but it's not happening, you know, because I am so humiliated and hated. I cannot relate to people, full stop. But when they do what they do on hearsay, I can't relate to this country, okay? Let's take it back to politics. Are the MPs just... You know, it's pretty obvious when you're like fighting and fighting and fighting. I all fight. I am exhausted from fighting and trying to protect me and my dog and trying to be with my animals, when the only thing I want is my mum, who hurts me because she has been manipulated. She believes in the government and she thinks police, when they put on a blue shirt, that because that's how they've been propagandized. I mean, why would you have puppy dogs and McDonald's and all this sort of brainwashing when these evil pricks are going to come through on their 16th birthday and start pushing them around, and all of a sudden you put these people in shock? This is why I can't talk to New Zealanders. I can't tell them the truth because it nearly killed me accepting it, and it took a long time. And I've nearly had a heart attack. Last year, so when the other day I went to contact the human rights of UN, I realized that I contacted them June 23. It's on my email. Like, the truth is on my email and in the records. The truth is there for everyone to see. But I'm cut off. People don't listen. They don't read my emails. And it's very easy when you have been manipulated to believe that what's going on is, they never heard of the word COINTEL Pro, organised gang stalking, but that's exactly what it is. The reason could be that the forensic psychiatrist has she has diagnosed me, the victim and the empathist, as the psychopath. So the whole country is treating me as they should treat him. But you know what? I say for 15 years, I repeat myself, and I say to those MPs that never given me the right to reply, only ghosting me because there's warnings everywhere. Well, I can't get through to them. So does that mean that they are evil murderers? Because basically, it's very obvious right now that there is no law, that people are trying to screw me right from the start. And I shouldn't be wearing pink. I should be wearing black because I'm a ninja and I fight gang members and just abuse. Like, people that are scared and call security on me from day one. They are crazy. People don't call me crazy because you are brainwashed New Zealanders. I'm really disappointed. And I'm really been disgusted in what I have seen right from the start. There's something that I'd like to say, but already my sister hates me because even though she's an absolute stranger and I'm her sister, I said something very gentle about her, and that was only gentle. And my sister has screamed at me and said that she will not tolerate me speaking. Yeah, anyway. And so imagine if I said the things that are going through my head. Because before I was thinking, yeah, I'm just going to sit here and enjoy my animals. I never had the chance to relax, not knowing if there's going to be a cop and a psychiatrist. And they come with hate. They do. It's just plain fucking hate. There is no law. And it's slander and hearsay and gossip. And there's something right with me. There's something wrong with me, but there's something right with me. So they want to kill me because I can see what they're doing. They picked on the wrong person. I was quiet. I never complained. I was just kicked to the bottom all the time. There is no course on how to deal with psychopaths and people that, when I was nursing, it's just incredibly stupid. I had a partner as a cop, and that's when I tried to kill myself. But I've come to learn that people, it's me and it's people. People say that I'm a fool because I step in at work and I don't know, but when I'm thinking about work, they're crazy. Like, I was always thinking, I don't know why I didn't say anything, but I left and other people would deal with the problem because they could not cope with what I was doing and it was out of control. But I didn't have the ability to, people would stand in front of me and say, get out of my fucking way, and just bully me and just, I didn't know what to do. And people freaked me out. Like the Islanders, they would say that, oh, I'm pretty cool. But when I walked in the door, they said they were picking on me because I looked like I didn't know what I was doing or where I was going. Yes, I am underestimated entirely. So it is a crazy, crazy world. No doubt about it. But I would call myself the most sane person because when I was in court the other day having the charges dropped, people don't get it. Like, people don't get anything. There's so much I want to say. Like, when I was in court getting the charges dropped, I didn't know what I was charged with. So I had actually a psychiatric nurse sitting there. And I decided after I got the terminology about government organisation gang stalking, because it happens on all levels, it is stalking. Stalked. Like people with cameras punching you in the face and trying to get a reaction. They try to get a reaction, and when they don't get a reaction, they still arrest me. So we're talking about, they think I'm crazy because I don't know what I'm charged with. I had to think. I was just I'm in another world anyway, and I'm trying to tell them I have bigger problems. I'm trying to tell them, I tell them, you know what, this is not going to go to trial. Because if it does, the police are going to look like absolute fools, like murderers, because I have the evidence. I have the evidence on my computer, and I want to make, if I go away and I put it all together, that would be cool. That's a good idea. So in the meantime, I need a place to come back to where people don't chase me around and kill me. They're changing their legislation saying stalking by a partner is terrifying. While when I am being chased around by a stalker, a lover, and I can say it's happened 3 times at the worst. I mean, at one stage, my parents caught onto it and they said, do you know what? You have got to deal with this problem because the police are not going to protect you. And I don't know why they treat me like that, why people do this, why people do that. They've all got different beliefs. They're all making excuses because they trust the police and the government. I just said, who monitors the footage? As far as I'm concerned, 2 psychopaths do. They will turn it around on you and they will persecute you. The law, the government. If you're a cop, say, like, there is one cop called Victoria who spoke about what actually happens in the breaching of privacy. And by the way, when I complained to the privacy commissioner that police are breaching privacy, because when I come here and nobody knows anything, and I am still living in hell, but I'm living a secret life, all of a sudden they're charging me with things that I've been falsely charged with. They're yelling, they're chasing me, these psychopaths, and they're killing their animals. They make them suffer while they're making me suffer. And the council and the police use them as tools. The worst thing is the chemical stuff. So, firstly, I don't have time for a support group because all day, every day, I am trying, my brain is ticking, and I'm studying things that I'm not interested in. Evil. So someone in New Zealand, please ring that minister. Please find out the IPCA murderers. They're the police watchdog. If you ask a question, you don't get it. You get referred to the IPCA. If you want to give a cop some feedback about how he stuffed everything up because they don't get any feedback and they don't care about policies or law. Actually, they don't have a clue. It's about bullying. It's about, they're all breaking the law at the moment. Everybody is out of control breaking the law. Every single government department. I don't know what they believe or who is evil and who is in this. So, there. Okay, so America, you should, I think that you do have targeted individuals and they do suffer from people not understanding and they get the blame. Their families turn on them. Everyone thinks it's a loser. So this happened in 2018 when I nearly died. The survival triangle, I was down the bottom here. And that's when a lady from the UK forensic psychiatrist came along and diagnosed me as him because of all this shit. And it's just unexplainable. Inexplainable. You have to take it back to the beginning. And it gets so bad and you still haven't got through to anybody, not one person. The psychiatrist, yeah, she should need some education about what happens these days. You know. Okay, everybody in New Zealand must be brainwashed. Victoria was in the police and she couldn't believe that she was watching them do illegal things. So, of course, she got forced out. You will suffer and get forced out of your job. Like, the way I read the news is different than you. Because it is out of control when you're surrounded by water. There is no other states to turn to. Oh, and yes, I found that I had already, in June last year, I had contacted the UN and told them about my problem. They had ghosted me and not replied. They may be the wrong people. I don't know. I rang the European people the other day, the human rights, and I pleaded. I just said, anybody. I just want a single person, human being, and this is what I ask for you. You. Okay, just do me a favor. Find me someone who supports targeted individuals, because there are reasons that I can't do myself. I can't even do a basic task at the moment. So, I can't go shopping at all. I can't go to the supermarket. And I'm thinking survival while I'm being terrorized. Like I learned the other day, do not take the dog for a walk. I can't even walk. I'm not exercising. I am sick. But a little bit, but I'm going to get control of it. On a short road. So I'm thinking about this, right? Somebody comes around here, I'm gone. And that happened. How did I find out? And I don't know whether I'm going to hit them or not. But I haven't heard anyone. So I contacted the UN. They ghosted me. I didn't get a reply. June last year. And then after that, it's got more intense. The psychiatrists and these police turned up. I just had this terrible feeling. I'd been at home by myself for a few days, but my emails, I sent email to two constables that keep running to the psychiatrist. If I write an email, it doesn't matter that they want me to, that they torture me and arrest me and get paid. It doesn't matter. If I write an email, I am the worst person. This is insane, but it's not me insane, it's the people of the country, because I don't even think MPs like people. I don't even think police like people. I think they are sick, they are screwed, they are evil, and I want you to prove me wrong. I want you to prove to me that New Zealand doesn't kill its victims. Terrorize, yes. Maybe they can back down some way. I never have a choice. I mean, I didn't want to go to the police workshop. I never complained. I wanted to help them save money, because I knew what was going on. And I just watched it. I never said anything. One day I made a mistake. I said to a cop, hey, and they just anti-helped and arrested me. So they fucked up. And then when I was in custody, there's a lot of shit they don't realize. So the other day, I got taken to Hamilton twice. Why they're encouraging people to torment me, and I have to keep educating myself about, I mean, if people are not replying and government departments are shutting down, is it this technology stalking? Well, yes, strange things happen, but it's just impossible. I mean, I am playing around with what I have at the bottom of my life with no help. So at the moment, my keyboard's not working. And yeah, I don't know. I got it fixed, but there's something wrong. But you try fixing a keyboard when you have got animals that rely on you, and I've learned that I have to put them first, and my mental health. And maybe I've got ADHD. I mean, is it when you have 100 windows open at the same time that you have ADHD? Like, perhaps I have struggled with time. I don't have a sense of time. I remember everything like crazy. And a long time ago, before it happened, I watched a documentary about a person that has a really good memory. Now, I can't do any fancy tricks, but I know that I can do some things. And if you put me down and put me under pressure and say, prove it to me, I'm not going to do it. But I do have some strengths. And this woman, she got in trouble with the police, but nobody ever said why she was in trouble with the police. And then she ended up helping the police. I helped the police. I never had anything on my police file, but they falsely arrested me and put me through hell. In the cell, I could see these were a bunch of morons, and by the time I got out, I had to find my way home, and they had put me in a very dangerous situation, and that's what they continue to do. All I wanted to do, I was going to say something, and they just stood around and bullied me, and they said to the perpetrator, the big bully, and they screamed at me, and they stood over me. And that's all I know about police, because after I asked for evidence, they refused to. Oh, we didn't get it. I turned into a stalker. Straight away, they're screaming at me, ringing the police, and asking for the most worst punishment possible. So these normal people, they think things that came out of the mouth of who? Ian Willits. Definitely Ian Willits. Now, here is a constable. And it's just the fact that I keep repeating myself, and I'm telling the government, who never give me respect, they never reply, and perhaps they know what they're doing, and perhaps they don't. This is what New Zealand has to find out and investigate. Not after I'm dead. They save all their funds and all their energy after people die when they have stuffed up. Absolutely, they are incredibly responsible for a lot of things. Some people say it's intentional. I don't know, but I do know it's their fault. They fuck up, mate. And they demoralise. They are monsters. Okay, the MPs and the police, to me, they are monsters. If they are not monsters, they are manipulated, and I keep telling them that somebody is wasting funds and damaging and causing pain, and they are a psychopath, and the forensic psychiatrists must have been trained by the MPs and cutoff and have been brain manipulated to diagnose me, the victim, as the clever psychopath. So, I said, you are a con, you're not a cop. But at that stage, I thought cops were good. I was manipulated too. And, well, there we go. All of a sudden, people are hating on me, and people are trying to kill me. And at the moment, it's just damn obvious. It is so obvious. So this guy, I'm trying to cut off my stalker. Yeah, and I'm telling myself, people have been saying to me, I have fun with him. We've been making music videos and things. We had fun. But he's not allowed in my house. But one day, he got through the door, and it was pretty scary. He had his fist on my face, and I just was trying to calm him down. And then he comes down when I'm walking my dog on the field. I forget. I just forget. I am so forgiving, I forget. And thank God people are still alive. I forgot that I was angry with him at that stage. And at that stage, I am just watching for anyone approaching, because it can happen in seconds. Because those people across the road, they attack me. Would the police say it's my fault? The police are incredible. They come 4 times in the morning saying things and hope that I'll kill myself. And they get the psychiatrist to inject me, which nearly killed me last year. So after I wrote to the UN, I cannot keep on the same story. So if you don't follow me, I'm sorry. This is live. I wrote to the UN, didn't get a reply. And then in September, they came through my door for reasons I still don't know. They can't give me an answer. They're just not doing their jobs. They're cutting me off. They're hanging up on me. They're hating me. And so therefore, there is no law. If you don't like someone, you can just whatever. The law does not support victims. Yeah, it's really hard because there's a lot of stuff going through my head. So, they came through my door and they left the door open And I keep saying to them, close the door, there's a bird inside. And he is a miracle. My bird's a miracle. My birds do what nobody has ever done before. I mean, they're all miracles. Everything is miracles. I just want to go and be with them. That's all I want. I might want my mummy and daddy back, and I want them to stop being horrible to me and accusing me of things and letting them kill me. And I say to my dad, Dad, you could watch a video of me being taken out and attacked and police harassing, and there'll be no evidence of me left. There'll be blood. The video would be showing a puddle of blood on the floor, and my dad doesn't get it. So this is what I'm dealing with you, New Zealanders, okay? My dad, I mean, so we got that footage, right? And then all of a sudden, my life goes to shit. And my dad, he rings me, and he says to me, he trusts police, like, he's like, yeah, you're crazy, mate. You don't put on a blue shirt and become an honest person. You are paid to manipulate, to take down, to protect your gang, to prosecute, to lie and manipulate people to get the truth out of them. They play the game narcissist, and they play that game on me. But it just doesn't, I just see right through it. Like, they're standing there saying, oh yes, we have other evidence. And I just say, you're gaslighting. You're doing this, you're doing that. So that's what they do. The dog rangers, they standing in front of me, breaking the, like, acting like psychopaths. All I'm doing is asking for some evidence, and they're rolling their eyes and acting all crazy. Many people are acting crazy. They must have some shit going through their head from these MPs. Lying. Yeah, and the council, they set their tool on them, you know. The council must have tools. Like, there's a man out there, what's his name? I have to think of his name, but yeah, he was pretty grouchy, I'll say. When I asked him about it, he said, watch your ears. But I can understand that, yeah. You just get sick of it. It is evil, and you want to break, and you talk to people, and they don't get it. They sit around trusting the government. My mum, she's protesting for animals when I'm dying and being killed. Literally, I walk out here, the police say, don't walk out there, it's my fault if they attack me. They stalk me. I mean, they are outside. I've got eggs on my car, oranges, whatever. I'm running after. I've got, like, cutting off a relationship from a stalker, and they're changing the legislation. Do you think it's going to help me when they're gang stalking me? When I'm screaming, the people are watching, so I approach them afterwards. I think I've taken it too far. It's got a lot worse over these years, and he's going to kill me. I thought he was going to kill me for half an hour. Well, I just tried to calm him down and wait for him to be calm. Then I approached the witnesses, and they say they're not getting involved. I say, but you're Kiwis, mate. If you help me, I can help you. And I don't want to charge him. I just want the police to tell him not to do it. No. Oh, well. You want to fucking blow their brains out? Like, you know, people hurt you so badly. I go to the next house. There were really crazy people in there before. I thought they were evil because when these gang stalkers are chasing me up the road and I'm petrified, I ring the police and they don't come, and my baby bird died because I couldn't get back to my car. And people were just thinking, this is, yeah, whatever. Live like this every day. I try to save my dog's life because the council is making up stories, breaking the law, lying to you. Whistleblowers of councils. Have you ever heard one? So they had the tool on me, and I'm recording them playing the narcissist game. I mean, like a psychopath, just blatantly, when I'm recording, telling him that my dog has to wear a muzzle and I'm going to be fined and I'm unfit owner, and totally taking me out. When I'm saying that these people are attacking me and my dog and telling them that he's an ex-cop. You shouldn't have ex-cops and councils because They don't know how to act like normal people. And he's from the UK. Okay, so he's sending me out fines. And he has been telling me different information and playing games the whole time. They all play games. Like, even if one, they harass so bad. At the time, I was already being harassed. I was saying, don't play the game. I had tried so hard, getting migraines, stayed up all night, trying to sort this problem out nicely with the council. While the dog rangers harass, and they are even psychopaths, acting this way. Like, I am trying to save lives of animals, and they don't care. I try to walk the dog, and the police say, you can't walk that dog because he's struggling. No, he growled at the people attacking me, and so I can't walk him. I can't pet a dog. This is what being a target individual is like. Seeing crap. So I say to the police, well, this dog will not be walked. He will stay 48 hours tied up on a rope because his owner has a sore hip and cannot walk him. And they go, well, that's too bad. Now, what did I do? I have got them chasing me from all angles on the street, like in Auckland. I get beaten up and arrested. And this is how it was set up from the beginning. I get people thinking that if you complain about the police, like basically, that you're a paranoid schizophrenic. When the police are going to the psychiatrist, okay, I called them a dick. Simon Bainbridge from the UK was a dick, sleeping around, running around naked, and I called him a dick. But I also went to town, and there's ways that I do things to get anger out. I cross the bridge and go in a different department where people don't know my face, centre of Auckland, but they're just as bad there, just as dumb. People just say she's got a mental health problem, she's a stalker, and they believe it. They believe perpetrators, and they get no feedback. They are backwards. Okay, so I said to one, first of all, that psychiatrist, he used to like me, right? I never did anything. I just tried to kill myself a few times way years back, and they helped me cope. I knew that afterwards things would get bad, so I did it again. So there was a series of suicide attempts. I think there was some self-harm when I was a teenager. So does that make me borderline? Well, no, not really. It just makes me not want to hurt other people, and I take it out on myself. What I went through, if I ever get the chance to tell that story, just disgusting. And it's even more disgusting now. The mental health people have helped me amazingly. I believe I have really good mental health, but not when I'm talking about this evil stuff. And it's just forced on me, because if I stop, it gets a hold of me. Sometimes it takes me months before I can make a complaint about some disgusting, cruel behaviour, such as a social worker gossiping with a constable about how I am a druggie and delusional. You just read my files and you see mayhem. There's confusion. They're always thinking of a reason. New Zealanders always thinking of a reason. And I keep telling them I'm a victim of a psychopath in the government that needs to go back to England. It is so unobvious at the moment. So maybe you could contact my neighbour next door, not the others, because they are crazy. They think that when people are giving me a hard time, then I am, the people who slander the most in this country. I'm not sure how it works in other countries, but this country is crazy. Absolute. This country, my dad, for instance, standing He just, okay, back to the psychiatrist. Okay, what he did to me was, I was who I was, just a caring person, a registered nurse, and I was active in the community. And all of a sudden, out of the blue, my character changes, right? All of a sudden, I'm a criminal. Like, people, I cannot talk to people about this, being harassed by police and what they're doing to me, because they can't relate to it. They're playing sports with me. They know that I am the most sort of, like, they think I'm naive, quiet. Everyone thinks I'm a walkover. Well, MPs, if that's what you decided and you know what you're doing, and I have a feeling you are, that's how you save money, by killing victims, right? That's why we don't support the Universal Declaration of Human Rights. That's why when I say the privacy commissioner, that the cops are going around giving people false information and setting that makes people hate me and hurt me and want to kill me, which I can't even relate to. Just normal people, man, turning into monsters. When it doesn't matter if I'm a crazy schizophrenic and you're afraid of me. Why hurt me? Yeah, I mean, I am in PTSD full time, right? I mean, I'm not unhappy, but I can click off. But when I'm talking like this, I'm just thinking of so much I want to say. You know, so much that is absolutely makes me want to be sick about human nature. They guide the psychopaths and give them, like, say, over the fence here, they are just psychopaths, no doubt about it, right? And they're cruel to the animals, and I have to witness it, but they're cruel to me. So the police gave them information which they used to charge me. When I'm sleeping in my bed, they come out and they just harass me and take me down. But these people are the psychopaths, like in the last neighbourhood, that try to murder me and consistently try to hurt me. And then they set up a whole group of gang stalkers. So when I go out, yeah, so I mean, right from the beginning, you know, and I'm getting over what happened in Auckland, and I'm a little bit scared about the supermarket and the people, and then I get used to it. But then I'm walking, I see a car full of Maoris coming towards me, and I think that I have to get somewhere safe so they can't run me over without being noticed, without being called crazy, and just seeming calm. I mean, I am so calm. I'm so calm. And because, yeah, right from the beginning, they turn into like psychopaths. They are killing you, they are murdering you everywhere you go. They are turning people against you. They're making you sound crazy. They make you crazy from day one. Psychopaths mess with your brain. Imagine the whole government doing it. Ian Willits from the UK. All I ever asked for 15 years is, can you give me credentials? Because I called him a con, right? He went to the psychiatrist when he realised he wasn't winning. Who decided to forget about me? It didn't matter that it was way out crazy stuff coming overnight. Like, here I am, a registered nurse, and the next thing I'm a bitch. And he wants to hurt me. The psychiatrist. I walk in the office, and I mean, I'm not very good at sticking up for myself and explaining, and I'm just overwhelmed when people say things and do things, like even before so. But when I walk in the office in the sorry, he gives me this look, hate, and he's like talking about emails that I've written when they're acting like psychopaths. And then I walk out and I think, I mean, years later, I think there were no emails like I was going, he said, you could tell him, and I'm going, because I am pleading with the cops, do not do this, I'm a good person, please don't do it, please. And so apparently they say things that are quite right in the email. I'm a schizophrenic because it's one of those symptoms, But actually, it's not, and there are people in the mental hospital, if they talk bad of the government. There are people in the mental hospital that are going through a divorce. And this, if there were policies, it would be good. One person, a forensic psychiatrist a couple of years ago mentioned that I attacked a staff member. Well, you know what I want to do? I want to live, and I pray for the same thing for 15 years. I want it to stop, this evil stuff. It is terrorism. While everybody puts you down and blames you and calls you the loser, that's just part of it. I think I should shut up. Okay, she said that, right? She said that I assaulted a staff member. Yeah, I want to go back and I want to sort her out and I want to take her out of that job and put her in a job that she's more suitable for. People that make up lies and like that, because I know I never touched assault in my life, but you guys all just go with the government, go with whatever the police says. Yeah, I want to sort her out. I want to sort these people out. I want to help. I want, after what they did the other week, when somebody is terrified, they got a phobia, and I thought they did on purpose. I thought they have found out my phobia. And they were taking me to prison to lock me up forever, refusing bail, where all this, and my voice was going to go. I lost. And they get mistreated. I don't get medication. I get abused by the mental health staff, by the government, by everybody. They think that I attacked them. They think I attacked a pregnant woman. And this woman's been trying to kill me, and the top cop has been setting it up. Kill me for 5 years, kill me for 15 years. I shouldn't be here because this government kills its victims. And it's like, okay, I know it's like they're trying harder and harder. Somebody is. Who knows? You tell me. You get me some information, New Zealanders, because as far as I know, there is no one monitoring the cells. There is no one that goes by law. Victoria was a cop that talked about what really happens. She's an example. When they go in there, they have to say that they will never speak negatively of the police. And that's in the contract, right? So the IPCA is on their side. There's ex-cop psychopaths there. They're not independent. So why don't you do something about it? Why, when people have a problem with the police, that they get demoralized and slapped in the face, the IPCA? And then, why can't we have human rights? Why do they have to kill me because they arrested me falsely and stuffed up and I wanted, and it's all on camera? Why can't I give them the information and they resolve it and say sorry? No, they want to kill me. They want to take me out. Right then and then. In the most cruelest way, I say, turning and taking the things that you care most about. The dick listened to all this shit and he started hating me, treating me like a bitch. Criminal, all he did was have to talk to the con, and he doesn't make sense anymore. So he takes the information, the fabrications, the slander from this con man in our country, from the UK, who says he's a cop, but is already fooling you. Maybe he's not a cop. I mean, I didn't think he was because he wasn't nice. But then I realized that the majority of cops are psychopaths. And there are certain people and psychiatrists that know it. But whatever. This country has problems. Like, you think crazy stuff happens in America. You're calling their presidents evil. Mate, these cops have body cams. You might have the odd bad apple in America, yes. But here, like Victoria, if she speaks up, she's terrorized, and the paper has published it. It is the most terrifying thing to go through, and her family went through it. Well, I have worse than that. I am gang stalked not just by the cops, yes. I think they're going to murder me when they break the law. After they set me up to be killed. They listen to these predators, and I just, like one sweet girl, Tessa, I say, there's no reason for her to come in my house. They all do. And they don't talk to you like I'm Police 10-7. That's propaganda, mate. It makes me sick. They don't come and ask questions. No. They just listen to the perpetrator. And the perpetrator might say she has mental health problems, whatever they do, they're good at lying, so the cops listen to them. They say shit, they say common stuff that perpetrators do to cover themselves and make sure they are psychopaths, and the cops listen to them. No, Laura, no, they just come in my house, slam me against the backhand thing. There is no talking, there's no fucking nothing. And one lady, she put me in cuffs and she jumped me. She nearly killed me. And then when I got off and I was in agony, the worst pain imaginable, loosened cuffs, no. And then they took to me in the cell. And who monitors that footage? Well, the IPCA is not going to help me. They're fucking animals. I'm getting angry. In America, please, if you don't know how angry I get and how I can relax if I'm focused. In America, yes, I am fighting for my life. This here in New Zealand, we don't do targeting. We don't do this persecution. We murder. We torture in cells, arbitrary arrests, old-fashioned COINTELPRO, gang stalking, persecution, and arbitrary killings, right? And the people must be educated by the government, because the lawyers don't seem to know the law. The cops are backwards. They kill rather than help. They hurt. The lawyers don't get it. They don't seem to know that any victim of government doesn't stand a chance unless we have a lawyer. But I'm in a position where I've got all government departments and all people and my family coming from all angles trying to get me in all different ways, when nobody understands me right from the beginning, because it's crazy. You're a little bit behind on your times, New Zealand. There's something wrong with me, because down the road here at the mental hospital, they hang up on me when I start. They ask me how I am, and then I tell them about the neighbours, the neighbours coming with weapons and the cops hiding the evidence like they do in the courts and turning it on me, promoting it, causing it, murdering me. I'll just say, oh, you're the neighbours, and I get cut off by the social worker who gossip with the police. And she said, I've got recordings, so I'm going to stand. So anyway, I'm just cutting off right now. I'm not talking about anything else. I'm just saying that I can't get them the video and show them the video on my phone, because I know it won't work. Like, I know it'd just be another, and it takes everything out of you. Studying full time, having to learn law and, technology, and not being able to focus, and just a basic job is very difficult for reasons that you don't even understand. Oh, so I'm going to go away. And if somebody, please would get somebody to help me in America. I don't know if I can even get to them. The phone goes dead, whatever. And I don't know if the government is doing it or not. But there are strange things that happen. Like, sometimes these murderers that still play in my brain, I want to have a look at the picture, and I just watch them. Yes, I do stalk. They make me stalk. But sometimes, I don't know, I just want to know where they are, because my fantasy is that they will be put in prison where they belong. Because they attacked me and tried to murder me, and with the cruelest psychopathic people, and then they stood in the courts, like, even when they got rid of me, even after they got me charged and turned around the other day, well, this lady here beat me up, and I saw her face bruised like this. Always, so many. How many psychopaths do we have in this world? Or are they all guided towards me? People have bruises. And then I said to the Justice Department, you just screwed me over, I know that, if I think right. I wrote to them and I said, I need this. I've given them reasons, and it's taken years and years, since 2020, to try and appeal these charges, because I was too late because of circumstances that they don't give me the information and things. And then I went to the CCRC, a new government department. What? Does it feed the politics? Does it help the people? I haven't seen anything. Yes. My perception may be flawed, my experiences may be one, or I might be one of many, but they're dead and you guys are asleep and watching them go down. Such as Victoria. When I rang her father, and yes, I just panic sometimes. I told him it was recorded. I have recorded everybody and have a lot of evidence. With no help, I have too much information. Too much to do. And then there's things I want to do. I've got amazing things happening with my animals. But I don't. So Victoria, when I rang her father, he's petrified, man. A very, very good man. She was lucky she had her family support, but her family were terrorized too. Now my family, my mum, she goes crazy. Like one day, way back then in 2018, I was so angry with what they were doing, because my mother had done something. She had lost her mind. Like the pain, the friction between us, when she is accusing me of like being sick and messing with police and doing things that I'm not doing, and she's saying take your medication, and she's letting them kill me. I mean, my father, let's get him on. Well, okay, we won't talk about that, but my family have gone through a lot of pain. In fact, anyone that comes near me, like, there's a chance they cannot walk down the road. As much as I just want to make people happy and care for people and make them feel well. But when people are around me, they get hurt. It's not nice, is it? So you go and ask the MPs. Ask any Minister of Police or Simone Brown. What I have seen, I still can't finish. Okay, so what Simon did this is he got the fabrications and they went to the nursing council. So straight away, the nursing council is thinking that I am crazy criminal and I lose my career, and you guys have to pay for the rest of your lives. The taxpayer is paying. And he also, through the courts, the courts are saying it's fabricated. Yeah. And I have been so humiliated, and people, like, the general population does not know, but they have seen me suffer and get sick and don't know what's going on. My neighbour next door. Okay, so somebody who wants to know the truth, go and talk to Watson. Watson next door. He is a kaumātama. But I feel so bad, like I really do not want to, I don't want anybody to get involved. I think I'm too kind. Like when I tried to kill myself, I was unsuccessful because I didn't want to jump in front of a car or a train You know, I kept thinking about other people. I always went to the water where I just thought I could disappear. But you know, this guy, Ian Willett, he chased me out of town. I couldn't, it's got the emails there. Mate, what are you doing? Leave me alone. Stop harassing me. Stop doing this. I left because I could not stand it. I felt unsafe. I was overwhelming. I went and slept cold in my car for 2 weeks. And in that time, he went around and spread his toxic fabrications. So they inject me, and that's the worst thing. That is suffering beyond. And they nearly killed me last year, and they put me into shock. Has anybody, do you know anybody who has had such a terrible thing happen, who's come in when you're sleeping, and you don't have a chance to be, when you know that any time a psychiatrist and police can come in with their hate, acting illegally and torturing you, and so after I contacted the UN, yes, I was nearly killed from the injection. But the shock I went through too was fetal, like my arms were like this and my knees just wanted to curl up. I could not sleep without a high dose of sleeping tablets. And now I don't need them at all because I just crash. I just don't have enough time for anything. You know, I don't have enough time. I cannot pay for these fake bills. I got off my charges, yes, but I can't go shopping without the cops coming for reasons I don't know, turning people against me. It is called individual targeting. And it's called a lot more than that, unfortunately. It's gone on so long. New Zealand brainwashed my own dad. He like, as far as the footage was concerned, I said I wanted my dad there, I wanted my lawyer there, and Ian Willett, I wanted a sergeant there who had broke the law while I was recording right from the beginning by not giving me the opportunity to speak to him. He cut me off because Ian Willett, everyone believes him. He's at the schools, man. He's the most dangerous con in this country. He is evil. And yet my parents trust him because he wears a blue shirt. They're crazy, man. My parents never knew me from the start, I think. They never got me. People don't get me. I don't get them. Life is hard enough without the government trying to kill you because they stuffed up, right? They stuff up, they kill you. It's not they stuff up, they say sorry and pay you compensation. Let's just say Louise Nicholas, my sister, hates me because although she does not know Louise Nicholas personally, she chooses her over me. People don't make sense, see? I'm her sister, but she thinks I am dirt. They all think terrible things about me, my family. They are actually weapons as well. I mean, they're standing, letting it happen, just blaming me. Louise Nicholas has a similar name to me and has a problem with being raped by police. And sometimes, when police say that I'm really hate police or I'm acting weird or I say police hurt me, if I just collapse on the side of the road, I say police hurt me. Like, no, it's the government actually. I realize that now. So during a medical event when I've only got 2 words to say, I say, and I think I'm dying, please hurt me. So people say, did they rape you? And I say, no, they don't rape me. They hate me. They hurt me. I cannot explain what they do because it's overwhelming and it's all the time. They don't care. They say, did the cop rape you? Because Louise Nicholas was lucky enough to get a reporter and she fought the police and she was my hero. Like, I'm very connected to her. I was living around the corner when she was going through the courts that I go to now. The courts that when over there, all the lawyers, like one of them, He was the one that tried to help me get the footage in the first place and couldn't get it. Instead, he got me acting crazy, being locked up, and apparently, as my father thinks, I threatened a bomb. And so I was so out of control. I was kicking and hitting, and I was psychotic. I mean, it's all written down. And in the cells, apparently, according to the top cops, the psychopaths, and let me just name Seal. Okay, so he's one inspector that could have been manipulated and just hated me, or he was just like, you are crazy. He's telling my dad he's working with my own father, telling him that I have mental health problems. Well, my father thinks that I am crazy and I threatened a bomb. No, 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 no. I am the opposite of crazy. I am an empathist that people like to pick on. But unfortunately, they want to kill me because they hurt me. They fucked up, mate. They don't want to pay out this government. They don't pay victims out, right? Those psychopaths, monsters, are not going to go on because it is evil. They were out of control, right? There's like one psychopath called Michael, so long ago. Oh yeah, and he is loved too. You know, that's the thing about psychopaths. They're loved and appreciated by the majority of the population. They're voted in. And you all just let me die. You don't want me. Even though I say to you, there are other ways of saving money and funds than killing victims. Oh, no. Nobody really cares until what happens to them, does it? Gotta think what I was talking about. I think it's time that it's just mumble jumble, right? Mumble jumble, mumble jumble. I'm failing in front of you. I am crazy, look at me. But I know that it's you. You are the crazy ones. You are so crazy that I can't think anymore. I cannot function in your society where you let the government. What? Why don't you try ringing police and ask a question? I mean, when I rang the police and I had a recording, I got really scared when I rang them because I thought they were going to come in and take all my recordings and everything. But they're not. I don't know if they're dumb, really, really dumb, or I don't know. I don't get you. Right from the start, was it the con Ian Willits? Because I blame him. And I've been telling government manipulated. A government manipulated by constable for a start. Now what if he wasn't even a constable? He could manipulate his way into anything. Yes, I thought he is a con man. He can't be a cop. He's a criminal. But then I got to know cops. And they all act like total psychopaths. They may not to everyone, but they do me. Maybe because of him. Did all the cops decide to take me out and turn people against me and make the people want to kill me and hurt me because that's how they deal with things, just like the entire government? Or did Ian Willits, who was responsible for the footage, turning it around on me, going around telling my family that I am violent and drunk and all these sort of things, and he's telling people that I have persecuted police, my neighbours are hurting me. So he's making the police and the neighbours hurt me while convincing the psychiatrist that I have persecuted police. So if I complain, I get taken into hospital and locked up. I'm called crazy. Now, was he entirely responsible for that? Because Gary Bowles is probably retired by now. Most people are retired, but he he was a community constable. And he's the one that's chasing me around in the car. And I was thinking, hang on, I am getting attacked, and the police are basically encouraging and telling people to attack me. And that is exactly what's happening. And now it's just totally out of control. Yeah. And when I'm screaming, when I think that I am screaming in fear and thinking any second I'm going to die, again and again, for half an hour, I'm screaming. And you know what the driver says is like, oh, she's a scream. What a terrible person. Yeah, I'm just wondering how I managed to cope in this work so far, and I definitely don't blame myself for those suicide attempts. Blame the cops for bringing me back and then persecuting me and letting every person shit on me. I mean, once I had that mental health name, people just took advantage of that. I mean, I knew it. That's why I kept trying, that things were going to get bad. People would hate me, and people would take advantage of that little red dot of mental health, just like Ian Willis did, the con. When I called him a con, he must be a con. If you call a con, and the next thing, the government is trying to kill you. People are here, like, I mean, there's numbers. That there are so many people that want to kill me and hate me and do everything they can. And then in the shops, the Indian people, they are doing it their style. Yeah. Everybody has a style. One dog ranger comes along in his van, toot toot, and comes on my driveway to harass me. Now, why would a dog ranger be tooting and smiling when you don't want to see them? When you're telling them to go away, you can't cope with them. So everyone has their own style, but I can see right through it. And I don't know. We just don't get each other. If you don't care if I die, then that's fine. I am going away because I had my charges dropped. Yeah, but that doesn't mean the police are more intense now. Yeah. What? So crazy when they're pulling up beside you, you know they're following you, and they say, I just sang hello. And I can't convince them that they're being manipulated, so maybe they're just fucking evil. No, everybody thinks because they hate me and because they think I'm a terrible person, they can break the law. They can do what they want. There's no law. Why do I believe in law and I believe in policies? That's all I said when they stuffed up. I said, if you abided by policies, you wouldn't have arrested me. So they decided to take me down. Ian Willett said they don't contact police too often. And I had never contacted police for myself. I had a abusive relationship. Yeah, I get attacked, and my life is always pretty exciting for some reason. But I wouldn't even consider. I never thought to ring the police. Once I was in Pickering, and this man, he was waiting for a South African man was waiting for his wife and children, and he grabbed me and tried to stick his tongue down my throat or whatever, and he kept ringing me and trying to, give me money and take me shopping if I slept with him. And when he did that, like he was drunk, I told my mum, and she goes, ring the police on him. And I thought my mum was crazy. Why would I do that, Mum? I mean, I never thought to ring the police. I'm thinking about his wife and family and how he is going to lose his job and everything. But people are constantly ringing the police on me when I'm not doing anything wrong. Perpetrators, they like to hurt me and then cover themselves by ringing the police. It's disgusting. The other day, when I've seen bruises of this bitch that is trying to kill me and take me out and then turn around and have me tortured by police. She is a tool of the police, one of many, and a gang stalker. Well, okay, so where were we? I saw the picture with the bruises, and it's really upsetting when people hurt themselves and are telling people that you did it. Okay? Then when I contacted department and I said, you need to follow up my complaint because there was no evidence and in the court and a lot of other reasons that it wasn't a fair court case. And I didn't even want that because I found out 2 days before that the evidence was gone missing. My lawyer just said, we can't find those court. Well, you know, they were attacking me. They attacked me after stalking me and I burst into tears. I was crying, limping in pain on my way home and they charged me. And it took me 4 years to recover from the injury. In the cell, I was dying. And the judge was talking about prison. I'm like, what the fuck? But I'm like, that day I was drifting in and out. Oh, I was actually having hallucinations because the nurse, you know, she stuffed me out with the medications and I thought I could sleep under the court. But they were like this, the seats were like that. So when I laid down because I couldn't stay awake, well, it was horrible. I mean, here I am, I've been attacked, I'm in pain. The nurses, they don't give me a Panadol, they just give me abuse. Treat me like the sick person the cops told them I was. And I could not sleep because I would have cracked my head open, but I kept falling asleep. And I kept hallucinating that I had some lozenges in my bag so I could relieve that. I was reaching for my jacket or whatever, and there were other people in there. They didn't notice. But then they got me kicked out because they were afraid of me. Because I started crying, I guess. And I don't know, when people see me cry, I'm crazy. People are crazy, mate. When people are taking you around and you are being abused and beaten and cops are hating on you and all this shit is happening and you're crying and there's helicopters in the air stalking you and you are dealing with evil and devil and yeah, helicopters, mate, they're not here. They can come. They can come to the defense, whatever, it's crazy. Well, you know, they ring up and they say, yes, I think I've got a mental health patient here. Okay, right, well, good on you. Because I'm crying, because I am suffering, because, I mean, here I am in the cell, right? Yes, and I said to the judge, yeah, I did say, they didn't open the door on time, but I was in shock. I was dying, yes. My heart was about to stop, and nobody cares. Like, nobody notices. Like, when I'm dying, I don't even bother talking about it because nobody listens to anything I say. It doesn't matter what I write, what I say, whatever. Wasting my time, yeah. So, the guard didn't open the door of the courtroom fast enough, and I think I said something like, I know I swore, and I said, fuck. Yeah, fuck you. Maybe I didn't know my bird is saying that. Man, I would never say that to another person. I think I'm a kind person, but actually I say it all day these days. I say, fuck you. Because, and I didn't realise that my bird had picked it up. It took me a long time. Just like you. You don't make sense. You don't see what's in front of you. I don't either. I don't see that. I don't have time to think about after she punched me and I had bruises. It wasn't until 3 days later that I went to the doctor. I could feel the aim. Went to the doctors. I was saying compare with that size. And then I realised it was on the other side. Yeah, and I could tell you, I have the video of when, you know, everybody's attacking you and they come on to you and they want your phone so they can smash it just like they smash everything else. And you go, no. Yeah, I am terrified, mate. You want to hear the video? No, I don't want to share it with you. I don't think I should have to. Everything is that terrifying. So, when I went to the witnesses because of my lover sort of thing that they say is so terrifying, this Indian lady, she comes running up, and she's like, I'm just going like this. Like, I am freaking out all the time about crazy people doing crazy things. She comes from the bottom because I looked at her husband. I hadn't even said anything. I was on the footpath, he was working, and she comes running up. She's like this little normal looking Indian person, dressed up, gardening. There's nothing wrong with her, but she's whining. And she, I don't know, I'm just going, should I run? She looks like she's unhappy. And I was just looking at her husband going back and forth, trying to work her out. And she gets up and she's like, don't you talk to my husband. And I'm like, what? You cannot talk to my husband without talking to me first. And so I take her on, and I'm protecting her husband, and I'm saying, listen, your husband is a human being. He should have the right. You can't treat him like that. Okay, so she got the conversation. I do call people a bitch, but my mother says that, yeah, if I call someone a bitch, they want to kill me. No, it's not personal. No, I could call you anything. I could be a lot more honest than that. I could call Jenny, the MP. I could call the local MP here a terrorist murderer instead of a wanker, okay? It would hurt more. It hurts more when I speak, when I am honest. But yeah, sometimes I call people a bitch, but it doesn't matter. If I say one tiny thing, or even if I don't, they're gonna complain. So I'm protecting her husband, and then sort of realize it's more about me, it's not about her husband. So she says to me, get off my pavement, I'm going to ring the police. And that gets me going when people say they're going to ring the police. Okay. Even though everybody does, and I can't get used to it. And I said to her, do you know what? I'm on the pavement, and this is after 15 years ago. I just went up, like I told the police operator, shut up, last night. I can't tolerate people these days. She's threatening me when I'm standing on the footpath. Yeah, and that is one of the human rights that I wasn't allowed in Auckland, wasn't allowed here. But the human rights don't share. They just treat me like shit. Like, people think that you can hate someone, therefore you can break the law and kill them. Let them suffer and die. So, that's the sort of crazy thing I go through after I have had, like, stalking by a lover. They use these people as tools. And then I learned, she said to me, everyone knows you. Yeah, I have no idea, and I just have my mum. I mean, I don't even talk to people in my own family. Cut off. I prayed that I could have my mummy back, and I could have the basic human right of not being terrorized and have some peace, like feel good. Be able to have a conversation like a normal person, which I can't because my life is crazy. Be able to know that there's no psychopath's going to come on my door and torture me. When they communicate with the psychopath, they do. So many people hurt because they hate. Why? If I'm it doesn't matter who you are, man. When I was recorded, because one day when I rang up and I wanted to speak to that bitch nurse, that punished man, I wanted to ask her name. I'm just not finishing anything, man. I just can't. I just see that these stories are not getting to the point. And I'm backing up, like I'm thinking, oh, shit, I forgot to finish that story, right? And I forgot to get to the point. So I'm going to give up. I tried writing it down. Oh, but you know what? Psychopaths, they do to their victims. And since everybody's abusing me, not listening to me, and I can't get through to anyone, I think I'm making sense. And I think I'm talking normal. And they're treating me like a brick. They're like, they got something in here. It's called evil. It's called dumb. It's called not practical. It's not practical that the police are trained to take people down. they don't get feedback for that, but they go to, oh my god, yeah, it's overwhelming. I have a lot to say. What I thought of not writing things down, but maybe people asking questions so I can answer them. That would be easier. You know, just answering questions. Yeah. Describing one experience at a time. I think I have ADHD. I'm not, like, things are just coming to light. Life is not easy for me, no. Not at all. So there are these great schools that I know about how to cut off and forget about you and go into another world. Not that I can never relax like usually. I can't play the music because I come in to cheat everyone. If somebody, I know that if you're targeted and you have to believe in God and act like Jesus, act like idiots and try to attack and kill you and do not understand. Whether it be Ian Willits or whether it be the group of cops and the government's way of dealing with victims instead of playing out. I'm a little past it, okay? When I finally found people that I can relate to about how terrorizing it is, no, I think I'm dealing with more problems than them, because that is not the answer. It's not. I mean, they're just going to kill me, mate. Every time I have a break and I can't cope with something, that gets more crazy and it comes on top of me. So, if somebody in America could please contact an organisation and give me a message that I am being heard by someone. It is arbitrary murder. It's not stalking. Okay? Somebody in New Zealand, please contact. Somebody in Thames, please contact the local MP and ask them why the police are saying that they don't blame me, that they hate me and don't want anything to do with me. Why they think it's alright to call the police on me and ghost me. And when I try to explain that they are just manipulated by a psychopathic con that is hurting our country, they don't get that either. It doesn't matter. I have tried for 15 years to put things, to try things. I'm trying this. And you know what? If I talk about trying and this is going to fail and waste all my time when I could be with my animals. Anyway, I'm going away. I'm going to run away because I am no longer on bail. Okay? It's not very helpful. It happens, but what to think about when you have Avery girls. I hope I don't change my mind. But I'm not going to stick around here and talk about death, because that's how I'm thinking when I can't go to the shop and when I just can't go on anymore. Knowing that when I go away, you're all going to think that I don't pay my bills, my dog's out of control, I'm a criminal, I'm this, I'm that. You know what? New Zealanders, wake up, mate. Don't sit around complaining about being attacked, because you are good, honest citizens, and you get attacked after the police tell you you're going to be hurt, mate. I mean, Andrew Costa, he was honest for the first time in his life, no doubt. I mean, I've never seen a cop say something so honestly. I mean, they stand there and they bullshit you, and I can't get why you are listening to the ads. Why are you listening? Yes, I'm a special kind of person, I think. I can pick a con. I'm watching their behaviours, but I never said anything. So here the government are thinking they can take me out. They're picking the wrong person. Dead 15 years ago, yes, I should have been. Because they make people want to hurt and kill me, my neighbours, while the psychiatrist is injecting me and making me feel like I want to kill myself. Like the cops are coming through. They will visit me, harass me 4 times in one morning, giving me trespass notices. I collect them. So crazy that you New Zealanders think I am crazy. I'm not crazy, man. The government, I mean, just get a politician, New Zealand. Get some MP, police minister, Simone Brown. He's a main factor. This happened in Botany. So we're talking Jamie Lee. We're talking a lot of people, a lot of politicians standing around with cops. And me, I freak out when I go into the council. I mean, the dog ranger. Yeah, that psychopath. I'm saying I don't want to come in your building because you are evil. And when I went in there, they're just there to take me down and act under the law. And there is a whistleblower, yeah, from the council. And he just lost everything. If you whistleblow, you'll be terrorized. If you, any ex-cop out there, where? I don't know where people are. If they speak openly, they're terrorized. And in my case, killed, right? So are they dead? Where are the ex-cops, man? I am too nice to bring my neighbour who knows what's going on and other people that know. I don't want them to help because this is evil. It hurts people. But I expect New Zealand to wake up, not sit around being told they're going to be hurt and not believing it. That cops are like some piss-ass bloody beautiful people, mate. They're psychopaths. They're weaning out those kinds of morals because there is no law, there is no control, there is no feedback. They're on their side. They're watchdog. If they do something wrong, they don't even want to hear about it. They say go to the watchdog. Because they know the watchdog's on their side. They don't care. They're ex-cops, psychopaths in there. Yes, they, IPCA members, I call them murderers. Now I know it's the whole government, whether they mean it or not. How can, okay, the health commissioner, recently, I complained about the psychiatrist in the beginning, right? I put a report in, and then I put another report in about last year. They're absolute illegal behaviour thing. I had no idea why they came in and took me out. They're all manipulated or they're evil, okay? So, if you can get an MP to respond to me in America, please. I don't care about support groups because I don't need support. I don't have emotion. I just am focused on survival and keeping my dog alive. It is absolutely on top of me. Okay, and you will see. I will move away. Everybody is going to be accusing me of being alone. But I just want you to know that New Zealanders let the MPs screw people. Like, I just can't understand how New Zealanders can believe that cops put on a good shirt and are these good, honest people. And that my parents made me believe that so that I could nearly die of shock when they started taking me out. It took me until 2018 when I nearly died and knew that my mother and the cops would be dancing on the grave that I would change things. I started a group called Outlaw Party. I never know if I'm repeating myself. And I had one member for a year. And then all of a sudden, we came together. And here I am, I'm support. I was the only person in the whole country that knew that I wasn't crazy, knew what was going on. And everybody else is chasing me around. I'm living on the run with gang members because they're trying to inject me all this crazy life. So I started the group, and then I met lots of other people that know what I'm talking about the government and the police and the IDCA, and how when the police wrong you, that day you'll get another slap in the face. Some people have their necks broken by police. They go to a watchdog and they just get another slap in the face. They go to ACC, they won't be paid out. There are people who have lost their life because the government is doing what they do to me, and they break the law. There is no law or protection or support for any government victim in New Zealand. As far as I'm concerned, because I've never spoken to an MP, only got shit, and they can't answer my basic questions, I think they're very guilty because I tell them, are you guilty because you're not answering my question? So perhaps they are evil, greedy, mind-controlling, brainwashing, standing around with cops. Where's the education there? Why, when I'm a nurse and I have really good marks and I'm at the top of the world in education-wise, when people are not taking me down, why did I study and pay all that money when some dick being paid to study while he sleeps around in Wellington is talking with the politicians? Where's the brains and the common sense? Well, they don't have any, and then they just... I am tired now. Okay. I hope it's been recording. I hope somebody watches it because nobody ever does. I just don't know how to sell budgets. I don't know how to promote myself. I don't know how to be heard. I don't know. Where is the fucking book about philosophy and people? Like, let me tell you one thing. My sister, she gets jealous. She used to be known as a bitch, so I was kind of bullied by the minute I was born, and I'm used to it. And people didn't know until I got a friend that I can do things, and I am a person underneath this. And when all this was going on, like the one supporter, she said, I didn't know you were actually, you're attractive. I'm not attractive now, and I suffer from lack of sleep. And frustration, pain. What was it? Yeah, so when I saw that group, I just saw, when I go crying out for help and they send me documentation, I saw some further evidence, and the evidence kills me. I ignore it. Like, I didn't even know what my charges were in the court, and they thought I was disabled. And they're calling me brain problems, and I'm saying, you got brain problems, because I'm telling you the police are killing me, and you're not listening to me. Okay, the law is shit. It's evil, and I called it evil even just before this happened. Like, this is something I said, the law needs to be changed, it's evil. And people were like, started listening to me. I wonder what. The next thing, cop stuff up, and people are trying to kill me. They are so intense at the moment. Absolutely. They are going to take me down when I leave. And I expect New Zealanders to fix it. Okay, to give me some answers, some questions. Just give me something. Because all I get is ghosted, blanks, and talked about. I think I deserve, like if I say, give me some respect and tell me if you don't believe me, or you think I'm paranoid or crazy, or you said the message, please tell me, because I don't know what's going on. Never talk to a reporter. Nope. If I ask them, just please talk to me, no. Like a psychopath. They're acting like psychopaths. Why can't they give me an answer? An MP, ghost, or call the police? What else is different? Here's the sirens, the helicopters, the fear, my weapons, and what happens when we're not recording. I just sick of people disturbing me. Okay, thank you. I have somebody watches. Let's see what's got now. Okay, yeah. Good, I'm going away now. And I hope that people are not going to take advantage of that. That's what happens when you get locked up in a cell. People think about you. You know those men in Thailand? You know, you cannot judge that. I mean, I think people are horrible in this country. Full stop. I mean, obviously, I think they're a lot more horrible to me because I'm an easy target. So I'm nice. But those men in Thailand that got accused of this terrible behaviour and everybody is condemning them, have you actually heard them talk? Do you think it's fair that when they don't have a voice, that you listen to people and you destroy them when they haven't even said their side of the story? Because that's how it works. In Thailand, they try to make money of tourists. Cops lie. These cops here, not about me, but Manukau cops for a start, they are violent, brutal, break the law, torture, and lie. Their way of doing things, I guess, from what I know, is that because all their charges are dropped and the law is not working for them, they work hard on the case to put a criminal away. He doesn't turn up he plays games around the law and gets away with that and the charges drop. Well, they just add on charges. I don't know. When I saw the other day, I saw these people, especially the one that tried to kill me, while the cops hide the evidence and blame me, and the judge is saying, don't disturb the victim. You know, if they're stalking me with phones, they'll turn it around on me. I'm stalking them with phones, like the other day in the court. She's like, what are we going to about you and your dog? And I just said to her, okay, I couldn't tolerate it. I can't tolerate this anymore. Okay, I said, this is I was being targeted, then I got a dog, and my dog got targeted. Yes. Every single information that is sent to the lawyers, and then she goes, oh, and about video. Yeah, I never used the video. Why they hide the evidence, and now I do. Why they're videoing me in my house, I have evidence of them videoing me. They are stalking me, they're throwing things, the evidence on the road of the cuts they threw at me and my dog, and the police and the council and all these dickheads actually used it. It's like a test. It's true. Chemical abuse is something I suffer. I think I suffer more than a normal targeted individual. And this is why I need help. Thank you. Okay.